Happy Halloween and welcome to Faith by Airdorf. So Faith is an interesting looking game. It's a game with aesthetics inspired by the era of MS-DOS, Apple II, Atari, and the ZX Spectrum. And it absolutely looks like it could have been on one of those consoles, computers, operating systems. I wish operating systems began with a C to continue the alliteration. So it definitely is an interesting looking game. You definitely went all in with the retro vibe. So I'm interested to play it. I've heard good things about this game on Twitter. On the Chilluminati podcast, the creator came on to talk about their game plug. The sequel, spoilers, there's a sequel. And I didn't actually end up listening to a lot of that episode because I was like, this game sounds interesting. I'd like to play it. They're talking about the game. Don't want to have it spoiled for me, so I ended up skipping that one. Downloading the game and not playing it. I was like, I'll play it when Halloween rolls around. And what do you know? It's Let's Play-a-ween 2019. So let's play Faith. Now, before we begin Faith does have an intro cutscene that might, I assume, will give us all the story we need to play and enjoy the game. But on the itch.io page, there's a little write-up about the story and setting that I thought would be prudent to go ahead and read before we began the game proper. On September 21st, 1986, two priests arrived at the Martin family home in rural Connecticut to investigate an apparent case of demonic possession. Only two people would leave the house alive. Haunted by nightmares and searching for answers, a young priest travels down a dark highway to return to the cursed house a year later. As for the setting, forget blue and pink neon. The 1980s were scary, no internet. It was hard to reach you if you weren't at home, and the US was engrossed in the satanic scare, which fueled widespread paranoia about devil worshipping, witchcraft, and occult practices. So I hope you're ready for your own satanic panic as we begin Faith.
September 21st, 1987. It's been 1 year since I first went inside that house. I have to finish what I started. What I am about to do has not been approved by the Vatican.
So that's the setup. We do not have the Vatican support. We're going in lone agent to begin what we started. So we can begin Faith, but we can also receive instruction. We can look at extras. Actually, don't. Oh, the extras, actually, I did look at these. They're just like little alternate ways to play the game. We can rewatch the intro and play with, I guess, hard mode, where the game will be darker. And this one makes it sound like, walk by faith, not by sight. Maybe the entire game is invisible, not entirely sure. We're going to be playing this game in its default state, but before we begin, we should learn how to play this game. And we can also receive some we're receiving important instructions on how to play the game. But we're a priest, so I assume learning these psalms. I can never remember how to say it because I'm bad at that part. But we're learning important things. We know some cool Bible phrases we can break out as we need to, because we're a priest. And by that I mean I don't have any of that knowledge, so don't expect any of them. But we've learned how to play the game. The game seems to be relatively simple to play, and we already get to start off. We can assume we're supposed to go the other way. But, we can walk around a little, just to do a little bit of exploring before we begin. I think this game has multiple endings. Not entirely sure. I think it's about a 2-hour package to play the entire game. This seems to be looping. At least it looks the same as the last one. So I can only assume that this is a Lost Woods scenario. We can walk as far as we want. We probably won't get anywhere. Yeah, we're immediately taken back to our car. But, we might as well look around. I believe the only way we have to interact with the world other than moving is to brandish our cross and protect ourselves from the demonic entities that would assault us. We don't seem to be able to walk up. Maybe if we walk up and hit space on an interactable object of some sort, it will also You a demon? No, you're just a deer. Or maybe it was a demon that ran away because it saw the cross, or maybe it was a deer that got scared because it is in fact a deer. Hard to say, hard to know. But regardless of the case, we're ready. And by that I mean if it's actually a deer, we'd actually be screwed if it decided it was mad at us. What's up this well? Oh, we can. Oh, something's coming at us. Get out of here. What was that? We came here to find a house. Did I exercise the well? I tried to exercise the well. I didn't even think about that, but we can hold our cross aloft for longer. We'll have to do that to, do things. We're invited to Nate and Jason's 6th birthday. That's a double feature birthday. But it was back in May. Damn, we super-duper missed it. Turn right at 1338 Snake Meadow. Go straight past the well. Well, perhaps maybe the home's just beyond here. I thought that was going to be... Hey, get out of here. It was saying something at me, but I couldn't understand what it was saying, unfortunately. But that weird spider demon? I assume it's a demon. It doesn't like the cross, regardless of what it is. That instruction that we received did say to just keep going on past the well. I suppose this is the haunted home that we had... It's locked. All right. We'll need to find a key. Is the key going to be like underneath one of the rocks? Are they one of those people who are like, yeah, we'll just throw a key under a rock? Do we need to go in through a back door, break a window? Don't know what kind of options we have available to us, but there definitely is something here. We literally just exorcised a spirit from a well. I mean, we've been here before. Our player character knows a bit more than we do going into this. They haven't spilled the beans, but we do know that a lot of people, well, we know some people died. We don't know how many people were here. We know that it was a family home and 2 people made it out alive, including us. We don't know who the other person who made it out alive was. We don't know how large a family it is. We don't know if our partner also died, but it doesn't seem like going in through the back entrance is the answer. I thought it'd be perhaps we should explore the woods a little bit longer to find a key. Is this like a little... No, it's a little nook back there, but not a secret way out. So I guess we'll go back into the woods and look around. Let me see if I hit escape. No, we don't seem to have an inventory. I was wondering if maybe there was a secret on that that note that we picked up that I just ignored or overlooked. Can we examine these graves? Oh, we can exercise the graves. Are there more spirits to exercise? Mr. Martin, it has taken longer than expected registering the markers on your property as a historical cemetery. Our office has had difficulty identifying who was buried here. The inscriptions on the gravestones are written in a language that we cannot identify. I've sent the gravestone rubbing to some of my peers at the University of Connecticut. I will reach out to you when I get a response from them. All the best. Daniel Hendrick. I said Daniel. That's Daryl. Sorry, Daryl. I said Daniel. Another ghost over here? No ghost on this one. Other one had a scary ghost. What about this? This one's just a marker. It's not a full stone. You would expect the marker to be the one that'd be haunted more so than the stone, since it was not a proper burial. You said something about a bit. Yeah, just get out of here. I don't want any of what you're... Hey, get out of here. It's trying to sneak up on us. Luckily, we got our cross, and the cross does seem to scare it away. I don't know if it has any properties associated with it. Where did it go after the deer, or did it just get spooked because I whipped out my cross immediately? It seemed like it might have gone after the deer, which was kind of scary actually. So I'm not sure if it has a property in perennial, where if we keep pushing it away with the cross, if it'll become more resistant to it. You have the body of a pig? Is that what it said? I have the body of a pig? I'm not sure. Not exactly sure what it said, but we do need to find a key. And I'm not sure, if I go into our thing, we still don't have, the other note we found. So this is locked. Maybe I should try, let me in, demons, unlock the door. I'm not sure if that was never going to be the answer. I mean, it could have been. I mean, we've been flashing our cross at things and making notes appear, so why wouldn't that be the answer to all of our problems? I'm not sure if holding up the cross is our only means of interacting with everything in the world. Is we gotta use it to oh, I want to flip over a rock, do that. But it seems that's not the answer. I just need to explore a bit more of the woods, I suppose. See if we can find a key. I'm not sure if the key will just be laying around, if there's something we got to interact with. So far, the things that we've had to, break out our cross on have been pretty obvious. Oh, hey, that's an interesting thing. I'm not sure if it'll just be oh, one of these random trees. We gotta, do our business. Oh, dang! It just appeared scared me. So I doubt it, because that'd be a pretty bad way to begin the game. Like, hey, you can't find the key and it's hidden in one of these trees. But I mean, it could also be very true to its like the roots of the games. Yeah, Chaos Reigns. Well, I saw this and I got excited because I was like, well, this is definitely something. But no, this is just letting us know that Chaos Reigns. I'm not sure if the priest like looked at that and said Chaos Reigns, or if there's some weird entity there. I mean, we've already been harassed by this crawly boy. No, this is definitely something that is something. What is up with this tree? Tree, you need to be exercised. Get that spirit out of there. Hey, go away. What does this say? Today, I noticed Amy's favorite tree looks like it's dying. All the needles are falling off it, and the bark is peeling. I guess I'm more upset about it than Amy is. She is totally absorbed in her volunteer work at the clinic. I guess it's good that she's found something she's passionate about. But I've gotten ugly looks from some of the women at the book club. Kathy and her religious friends won't even talk to me anymore. Not exactly what I mean. We're learning about this family. You know, there's Amy. There's Amy, Nate, and another child. I've forgotten the other child's name, even though I got excited about their double birthday. But no, there's Amy. There's a mother, a father, and two boys. There's Nate and the other one. Sorry, other one. Oh nope! Almost got me. I pushed down and my finger wasn't on the space key anymore. It had like slipped off onto like the little like crevice. So being on the edge of the screen, pretty dangerous for us, because that's where this creeper character like crawling around. I'm sure it has an official name, but we don't know yet. Do we have the key? Like, do I need to like check my car? Like, I mean, so far we don't really inspect things. We exercise them and then we get stuff for exercising them. Maybe there's something I need to do with this creature that's harassing us. Maybe like, well, I'm not exactly sure. I was gonna say maybe we need to like outsmart it somehow, rather than just pushing it away. But I'm not exactly sure like where we could go. I haven't seen like a hole or something that we could like push it into to like make it like drop. I doubt like these deer. Like I doubt I'm like gonna walk up to a deer and start exercising it and be like, oh damn, here's your key. I feel like maybe I've just overlooked something obvious. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say maybe I've overlooked something Hey, get out of here. I heard you say suffer. Maybe I've just overlooked something obvious. Maybe we'll just eventually find the key wandering around the woods. Bob, the kids and I miss you more every day. The twins and Amy have started their next school year here at home. Amy keeps asking when she's going to be allowed to go to real school. I think she's getting cabin fever. The twins are having no problem occupying their time. Yesterday, they came in with their hands covered in blood. I guess they found a dead deer and thought it'd be a good idea to touch it. I think it might have been my mic's in the way. I think it might have been a coyote problem, because when I went out with them to look at the dead deer, it was a pretty gruesome sight. All this just a day after the twins' birthday party. Can't wait till you come home. Okay, so far we've just been getting notes, which, while I appreciate getting the lore and finding out more about the family, not useful to us immediately. I mean, it'll be useful when it's like exorcism time. We gotta be like, remember the kids, remember the twins, Nate and the other one, and Amy. Amy, she wanted to go to real school. Remember what a fun one Amy is. And then oh, it got me. It like, oh yeah, we're dead. It just totally just. It said mortis, which I'm sure is Latin for dead. Latin's weird, but I'm pretty certain mortis, Latin for dead. But we hadn't really made any progress. We had learned a bit about the family life, what was up, but nothing like, I mean, aside from this monster patrolling the fields, like nothing too strange, and also Chaos Reigns, I suppose. But also no key. But maybe the house will unlock after we like collect all the notes. Not entirely sure if that's like the thing, like we collect all the notes and then we'll learn more. Go past the well. Yeah. I was hoping like maybe they'd be like, and here's how you unlock her home. So I'm just gonna continue to wander around the forest, collect the notes that we've already collected, see if I can find new things and hopefully a key. I've just exercised this puddle of water. I caught some people walking through the woods around the house last week. Not kids, just regular adults. They told me that they got lost while hiking. I pointed them back towards the road. The whole thing just didn't feel right. I think I should go dig up Bob's rifle out of storage. I almost called him Bog. Okay, so I wandered down the road for quite a while because I found that the screens don't actually like loop. They kind of wrap in a strange way, and I found something. I'm not exactly sure what that is. If I hit escape, Nausis, I'm not sure what that is, but we found something that could be useful. It's not the key I was hoping to find. Perhaps that'll be useful for other reasons, I assume. Maybe it's like some kind of like secret ending, collecting like, oh, if you collect the right items, you can get like a good ending or a bad ending, or the Chaos Reigns ending. It's hard to say. I don't know much about this game or what's going on. But I'm going to continue wandering down this road to see if it will eventually wrap around back to our car or not, or if I just need to turn around. I'm thinking I just need to turn around. Oh my god. I feel like that probably would have killed me had I been in the road, but luckily I had been kind of walking off the side of the road, and also just totally lucked out there. I imagine getting hit by the truck probably kills you and is maybe a special ending or just like a haha, little funny joke where you get killed by a car, which makes me very nervous, but it's fine. We didn't get hit by the car because I was not walking on the road, because I was like, what if a car appears? And hot diggity damn, it happened. So continuing my very systematic trek through the... Okay, so when we go off to the left, if we go to the left, the world actually loops. But if we go to the right, the world continues indefinitely until you hit the weird man who drops the Nausis, which I have no idea what that is. Some other like religious stuff I'm aware of, like crucifix. Yeah, no problem. Nausis, no idea. Oh shoot, the stupid deer scared me. Sorry deer, I didn't mean to call you stupid, but you did scare me. So like I kind of just explained, the world kind of loops around or wraps at least these screens. I'm guessing not all of them do, since like we saw with the road, it doesn't. So my strategy has just been going like walking up a screen. Hey, get out of here. I mean, I could have just gotten to the next screen and he wouldn't have been able to catch us, because if you go to the next screen, it despawns him as well. He doesn't like follow you between screens. So like what I've been doing is just like walking like through until we hit a loop. Like when I see the well next, I'll go up a screen, so we can just hit everything. Just be very systematic about it. Public lecture by Carl James Osborne, Connecticut's historical connections to witchcraft, Satanism, and the beast system. I don't know what the beast system is. I've never heard of that before. I assume it has something to do with Beelzebub. Is Beelzebub the name of the devil? I always hear people use Beelzebub to be like, oh yeah, devil Satan. Oh, he came in there pretty quickly. But I assume the same thing. Maybe 3 different demons. Who knows? There's a lot of demons. It's hard to keep track of them when you're a casual demon person like I am. So you just end up being like, it's a Beelzebub, which is something I enjoy doing a lot with. I know I'm going on tangent instead of just searching this and showing y'all when we actually find things that we haven't seen before. Something I really enjoy doing is I really enjoy saying, instead of saying like vampire, just calling them Draculas, because it's like the people who get upset by it, it's just like the weirdest thing to upset people with, and it's just fun to call vampires Draculas. And when some people just don't care, and some people care a lot, and it's fun to call vampires Draculas. So call Satan's Beelzebubs. The Martins' house lies about 100 yards off the Snake Meadow Hill Road. There is almost no driveway. Trees jut out in the middle of a gravel path that is mostly covered in grass. It was difficult to find the house, especially since it was already dark when we arrived. Father Alred? It's not an F. Alred? I'm just going to say Alred, because it is the words all in red, and I don't know how else I would say that. Father Alred seemed to know where he was going. He simply drove straight ahead until we arrived at the house. In the headlights, I saw an old shed off to the right of the path. Father Alred explained that he would rather perform the exorcism away from the house, but that the Martins had insisted that Amy remain inside. He complained that having the family present makes it difficult to proceed with elements of the rite that may seem harsh to the layperson. So they conducted an exorcism from here. Oh, cool, the key. Oh, and there's the guy who keeps murdering us. You can see him just skittering around out the. Get out of here. That would have been. Oh, and we hit a save point. Nice. That would have been scarier if the if that crawling being. I don't know what we should call them. It'd be scarier if that was like the first instance of seeing them, as opposed to like them kind of harassing you up until the entire like woods. But I suppose like had they like. Had the creature not appeared until you made it to that shed, then like there's not much woods left. I mean, you might still need to explore a bit more, but once you have the key, like we'll be able to get into the house, and it won't be as big a deal. But it just would have been scarier if like the first instance you see him like skittering outside. Oh, and we see something in there. Now we heard that Amy was left inside during the exorcism. We don't know if she remained in there. We can assume she probably did, since we know only 2 people made it out alive. Also, I found it very interesting that they performed the exorcism from that cabin instead of going inside the house. I don't know a whole lot about exorcism stuff. I haven't seen The Exorcist in like 15 years. I don't know. It's been so long. I got into like a real horror movie kick in like middle school. Middle school is longer than 15 years ago too, I think. I have no idea. I don't remember how time works. Doesn't matter. But it's been a long time, so I don't remember the rules of exorcism in a movie, or I've never known the real ones, but it seems strange to be like, oh yeah, I mean, just get generally on the property and fix your ghost problem. Mr. and Miss Martin greeted us at the front porch. Mr. Martin led us downstairs to the basement, explaining that Amy was down there in restraints. I felt for him. There was guilt and shame in his voice. Amy was in the very back of the attic in a chair. Wait. Didn't it say that going down to the basement, explaining that Amy was down there, and now she's in the whatever. They moved her to the attic now, I guess. Amy was in the very back of the attic in a chair, perfectly calm, staring at us. It is hard to describe the look on her face. It was not the kind of look a child gives you. Okay, so that's why they left Amy in the house, because she was possessed. I suppose we could have assumed that possession would come into play, but for some reason my gut instinct when they're like, yeah, we left Amy in the house wasn't, oh yeah, because she was possessed. It was like, oh, why would they do that? Like, that's weird parenting stuff. Okay, so this is a picture of we can assume Mr. and Miss Martin and Amy. The twins aren't in this picture. Perhaps this was before they were born. Amy looking a little strange. I mean, it is a picture of a kid. All the pictures of me as a kid are strange. So we don't know if that's a weird demon thing, or if it is in fact like just a weird kid picture. All the pictures of me as a kid, I either looked confused or like a big asshole. I mean, those are basically my 2 states of beings and always will be. Oh boy, I wonder if that mirror works. I'm getting very excited to find out if the mirror works. And this bed is, I assume this is a bed. It's a very large bed. Either we're a very small person or the Martins are very, very tall. Or, it's just an artistic thing because, old games. Not that this game is old. I believe it came out like in 2017. Oh, hot damn, the mirror works, and there's something behind us, but we can't do anything about it. Like, I can hold my crucifix aloft, but nothing happened with about face. No, that's scary. The fact that we can't do anything about it is pretty spooky. Maybe we've already been possessed. Like, maybe like possession as in like, a demon's just like backseat riding with us as opposed to like doing like any serious like spooking and haunting. But it is nice. It's interesting that this house is as empty as it was. Like, there was stuff for us to do in that entryway, but the fact that these rooms are just kind of empty and let us like kind of explore around and let me just pop my crucifix out, just to check everything. Back door, we can't interact with the back door. What is this? There's color over here, so we can assume that something is wrong. It's it was interesting. Like, there's something there that caught our interest, so of course something was up. So what's going on here? So this is a picture by Nate, and we can see a small red hooded thing being grabbed by a large shadowy figure in broad daylight. You gotta wait till night to do your crimes, buddy. It was interesting because what was the red cloaked figure? Was that a child? Was that supposed to be Nate? Was it someone else? We don't know. Now we could go down to the basement. This should loop us back to the entryway. I don't know which way we want to go because it said that Amy was both in the basement and the attic. So I'm not entirely sure where we should be going to first, because I assume we probably want to wait to to face where Amy is. I mean, it's been over a year since the initial attempt at the exorcism, so I assume that she's probably moved. I mean, we saw something moving in the window, so we can assume something is up. Also, a lot of people died. I don't know how demonic possessions work, if demons can like get a hold of that the water dripping, like I was like, something's coming. I don't know if demons can like possess dead bodies or if it's only living things. Do not know the rules. Dear Amy, thanks for writing. It really brightened my day hearing from you. In your letter, you asked, what's the weirdest thing I've seen as a missionary? The area we were working in has a lot of folks who practice Queen Bamba? I don't know what that is. It's what you might call a pagan religion. It's kind of a mix of Catholic and African religions. I was like, for a second I thought I said religions wrong. One of the saints they worship is San La Muerte, or Saint Death. Yesterday, we talked to a boy about it. About 15. I talked to a boy about 15. When we asked him if he had ever prayed, he said, no, but I have prayed to San La Muerte. Muerte. I should know how to say this better. I took 4 years of Spanish. I've always lived in Texas. Damn. He told us about a time when he stayed over at his cousin's house, and, according to him, they prayed to some figures of San La Muerte, and the figures made things in the house move around. He got real quiet and scared looking after that. I saw the hyphen. I thought that was like breaking the idea. We told him he could pray to God and that God wouldn't make him feel scared like that. We invited him to church, but he hasn't come yet. I need to wrap this letter up and get back to work. See you in 4 months, Leighton. So are we Leighton? Maybe we're Father Leighton, because we heard about Father Allred. Maybe that's someone different. I'm not sure if we're the missionaries. It sounds interesting. So the family got in contact with the priests ahead of time, like before doing the exorcism. So had things been wrong for that long, or I'm not exactly sure. It mentioned Amy being interested in work at a clinic of some sort. A clinic, we can assume like medical stuff. Probably not like religious stuff. I don't know if there's religious clinics as well as like medical ones, and this is probably going to be spooky, isn't it? Excuse me. So I'm not sure. Perhaps that was part of her clinic work to some regard, and not having to initially deal with the missionaries, or perhaps things had just been wrong for very long and they had been in contact. Okay, so there's a sewing machine down here, a bunch of mannequins with stuff draped over them. So somebody was interested in sewing and set design. Ooh, this probably bad to be down here. Nothing good happening down here. Amy's parents could not endure witnessing the proceeding of the rite for long. Miss Martin was hysterical, and the thing that was inside Amy was feeding off the fear. Father Allred asked me to take the Martins upstairs. I was physically worn out, but managed to get them back up the stairs into the kitchen. Amy was screaming, "Mother! Mother!" the whole time. Finally, I got them to sit down with me at the kitchen table. After a few minutes, we couldn't hear much of anything down in the basement, so I went down to check on things. I found Father Allred lying on his back, unconscious, with his arms spread out wide. Amy was not in the chair. So they mentioned 2 survivors. I'm guessing the other survivor was Amy then, because it sounds like Father Allred was unconscious. It didn't say specifically that he was dead, but I'm guessing that the 2 survivors. I'm guessing Father Allred did not make it out of this ordeal. I'm guessing it was our character, who I'm assuming is Father Leighton. I do not want to. I was going to walk over the blood just to go and just exercising the candles, just being a little careful before we get to the piece de resistance, where we assume shit's going to go down. Stepping on the blood. Do not want to step on the blood, but see. Something's coming for us. Is it coming for us, or is it just like making... Yeah, it was coming for... Oh, yeah, something happened. The game saved. We were supposed to do that. We didn't end up checking out the downstairs. Is this Amy? I do believe that this game... she definitely is here. I believe this game... mentions making use of like rotoscope, like I forget if that was in a comment or in one of the write-ups on the game, that they like rotoscope out like things and then like sprite over them to like make like really unnerving, unnatural movements. Which, because rotoscope always looks a little weird. I'm sure there's some good uses of rotoscoping. When people talk about rotoscoping, it's generally because it looked bad. From what I've heard, this game uses rotoscoping to like a weird, uncanny effect, which will probably be pretty cool when we get to see a bit more animations like Amy popping up over the bed. I guess I was the only one who thought to check in the attic. When I got up there, it was freezing cold. I found Amy standing in the back, looking straight at me, like when I first met her downstairs. Okay, so that's why they mentioned her being in the basement and the attic, because she moved. I mean, we could have assumed that she moved, and it wasn't like some weird typo. We spoke briefly, although it was frustrating to talk to her, or it. I experienced a bit of deception from the demon. During our conversation, she uttered my mother's first name, and in other instances spoke perfect Latin. You see, you always know it's going to be no one speaks perfect Latin. I'm sorry, Sam, you're not watching this video anyways. No one speaks perfect Latin. It's always a demon if they're speaking Latin. I called for help from the others, but no one came. So I raised my crucifix and began the rite again. I mean, that's all we can do. I mean, we're in some scary turf. We know that Amy's out and about. We probably shouldn't be referring to her as Amy anymore. Amy may still be alive. I mean, I'm guessing that she's alive. I don't know if the demon's been, like, keeping her alive or, just kind of stringing her body along. It's hard to say what exactly is happening. Bob must be stationed somewhere in the Middle East because he sent over this weird-looking doll for Amy's birthday. I'll ask Anish about it next time we have book club. She looks like she could be from over... Oh, okay. I got confused about the wording of the sentence, and then it was just like, just a little bit of casual racism. It's the 1980s. Not to excuse it, but it's the 1980s. Everybody was at least casually racist. Amy didn't seem excited to see the doll. I think she would rather have a phone instead, or maybe seeing a baby doll makes her feel self-conscious about working at the clinic. Okay, so it is like a medical, like baby, abortion clinic. Is clinic the one where it's like not like you can't legally call the fake ones clinics? I think a clinic is like the real one to go. Now, there was something approaching us over there, and I hightailed it out of there. I'm not sure if we can go and protect herself. Oh, okay. So yeah, we can protect herself from Amy in that instance. I'm not sure if I failed to do that when she approached in the basement. I think I failed to do it. I don't think I did it because I was like, oh, is it just like, is that something approaching us, or is that part of like the blood doing something scary? I don't feel safe in my own home anymore. I hear voices outside around the house at night. I don't let the twins go out in the woods to play because I'm afraid of what's out there. The house itself feels stressed, distorted, slanted somehow. It's like I'm walking through a carnival funhouse. Amy's condition has only gotten worse. I can't stand to be around her, and I don't know why. She just doesn't seem like herself anymore. I want to take her to the doctor, but I can't leave the boys here. I find that the phone stops working throughout the day, and now I can't seem to find my car keys. Thank God Bob comes home tomorrow. What is this a painting of? Looks like there's a key in the picture, but I'm assuming that's not what's happening there. So now we have to protect ourselves against Amy approaching us, like we were doing against the crawly boy outside. And I want to know what the deal is with the crawly boy. We haven't gotten a lot of plot stuff with the crawly boy. We did hear about... Nope. Yeah. They say foolish human. I think it said foolish human. We haven't learned a lot about, and by a lot, we have not learned at all about crawly boy, or what their deal is in the story. Perhaps they're one of the other dead family members. Whenever we escaped. Oh, this is the twins' room. So we can assume that the room that we saw on the bottom was master bedroom. The room to the left was Amy's room. This is the twins' room. So let's start, I guess, trying to exercise some toys. So I'm not sure what's up with the crawly boy. Probably another one of the family members. Maybe some kind of like demon, not a thrall. I don't think demons do thralls like vampires, but some kind of like demonic servant. Like are demons the ones that do like hierarchies where it's like, or is it devils that do hierarchies? Because one of them has like a very like strict like hierarchies. I'm thinking entirely in terms of D&D, by the way, where like I think demons are like more chaotic, whereas devils are like very like oh no, it got me. I was facing the wrong way. I should have known because I could see our collar. So we're going to get to see Amy approach us once again. There's some like blue off to the side of the screen. I'm not sure if that's being picked up in the recording. I wonder if that's part of the effect. Oh, I should have let that keep going to see if she'd kill me because I hit space. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk into the next room. Will she appear? Does she appear randomly? I mean, I assume she appears randomly. Okay, so let's just let her get us. Okay, so I continued walking after she... Oh, and then there's like a game over thing. Cool. So she seems to latch onto us and give us a second to like react once she gets us. Now I want this to play out because I'm not sure if there's more to this because I ended up hitting space. Okay, no. Okay, so she will just eventually like just stop. It isn't oh, I have to scroll to the bottom too. Get out of this. Just picking up all the notes. I don't know if picking up the notes is important or not, but we might as well do it. Excuse me. We'll just go ahead and pick up all the notes just in case it has anything to do with like the endings and such. But whenever she got us, it did seem like it gave us a moment to oh, go away. That's very interesting that like we scare her away initially, and then we have to make her go away again. Like with like a little like kind of like a little mini game where it's like she's in 4 directions. I'm not sure if there's a tell to which one's weird. Was there anything to like fix in this room? I don't believe we ended up doing anything in this room. Was that really all the notes we got? I think that one actually flashed last, so maybe that's a tell. I've just been trying all the directions randomly. I'm not sure if there was a note we got up here. So let's just get out of here. So last time I just tried to like beat her down the stairs. So rather than trying to foot race a demon, we'll just go ahead and play this the right way. Let's see which one's flashed. That one flashed last. So we'll just go ahead and, continue exploring the home. Perhaps we need to go down to the basement. Not sure if anything new will have appeared in here. There's still something behind us in the mirror. Let's just get her to go away. Let's see. Nope. Oh. So I'm not sure if anything will have changed in any of the rooms, but we might as well be thorough. Check. I'm mostly just looking for color in terms of things that we should interact with, as opposed to checking everything, because now we've got a demon on the loose. We don't have this. We're not. Oh, well, all right. Maybe we had to scare her away a certain amount of times to make that happen. Because I was about to go explore the basement again because we never not crucified, exercised. We never exercised the blood right thing. So maybe we should go do that before we go upstairs. But the game did tell me something happened upstairs, so let's go ahead and get up here. Now that mannequin with some blood on it definitely looks like a face. We're definitely gonna check that one out. Karen, the church might contact you in a few days to tell you their version of what happened to me. I want you to hear it from me first. A year ago, I was involved in the exorcism of Amy Martin. What they said in the papers about what happened isn't true. She, my superior father, when there's like words redacted. When I confronted her, she managed to cut the power to the house and her own parents with their own. I have to go back to that house. The nightmares I'm having are real. She's still there, waiting for me. I can still help her. If I don't come back, know that I love you, and I'm sorry, John. So is John like one of her friends? Like one of Amy's friends? Is John us? Once again, are we like John Layton? Could John be like, oh no? Could John be one of Amy's friends who was looped in and then became the Crawley boy? Not sure. I don't know the name of our character, so we can assume shit's gonna go down in here. We'll even hit a save point.
My God, what happened to you? Do you think my face is pretty? I have to finish what I started. She's my priest.
I love the speak and spell text. I mean, this is the only way we have to interact with the world. I assume it's not going to be as easy as just holding this crucifix up and the problem will go away. Yeah, I assume that something's going to happen. Like, we saw this guy earlier. I think this is the guy that showed up and we were like, yeah, oh, no. I assume that was the guy that showed up and gave us the Asus. I don't remember what it was called. Did I do it right? I felt like I did it wrong. Hey, go away, go away, go away. Okay, no, this time. Oh, nope. Oh, she got me. Damn. I'm not sure if oh, we're gonna start straight from here. Cool. I'm not sure if that's the dude who showed up and gave us the thing we saw before. I'm not. Oh, nope. Oh, what do I? Oh, maybe I just need to dodge that one. Perhaps when she flies by, perhaps we just need to dodge. Because we did get that thing from the guy on the side of the road. I'm not sure if this is changing what would be happening now. Let's go ahead and just defend ourselves. Which one's? This one's flashing. Let's dodge out of the way. Let's go ahead and start doing our thing again. We'll just okay. So this is just straight up a boss fight now. We are doing the demon boss fight because I was interested when we started doing the exorcism holding our cross aloft. I was like, there's no way that the game just ends with we just hold it up and then we just win. There's got to be something a bit more to that. But now we just need to dodge out of the way and do our thing. We still have the same kind of gimmick of we find the real one, we hurt her, but now we just need to dodge. This next one will be the tricksy one because she'll come in. She's going to come in. She could come in from either direction, so I need to be ready. Because, the other one, I had just gotten lucky and been dodging the right way. Nope, please. Nope. Yeah, it's that one. We'll go ahead and be ready to dodge. Man, that's actually a pretty short window to dodge. Luckily, they did provide that the save right before the fight, so it's not too bad. I wonder if she has a set amount of health, or it's like how many times you have to do this, because it seems like we can get like some extra like hits in on her before like whenever she dashes in, like we can go like that and get some extra hits in on her. So I'm not sure if she has a health bar, or if we just have to do this enough times, and now we'll get to see the demon come out of her. Now what do we need to do? The only way I know how to interact with the world is holding our cross aloft. Are we starting? Okay, so we're starting at the second phase of the fight. Okay, so we get another chance to figure out what to do. The blood pentagram does disappear after the after like we die. So do I need to come over here and like exercise a specific spot? Should I bail? No, we cannot bail. No bailing allowed. I did manage to like make her flash red, and that has typically meant that we have dealt damage. So perhaps just whenever we just dodge, and whenever runes start appearing, they're in a weakened state where we can get them. It doesn't seem to hurt us either. Oh, well, I mean, we don't have health. We're either alive or dead. But it doesn't seem to kill us to stand on the runes to stay up here. And also, I mentioned it earlier, like with the neat like I believe I read somewhere that that's rotoscoped, and it looks so unsettling and cool. Reminds me a lot of like claymation and stuff. Not that it looks like claymation, but claymation is a very scary looking art like medium. So it's wild to me that like claymation isn't used in more like horrific things, because it's like claymation seems like such a good like medium for horror. But I mean, I guess claymation is also famously a very difficult and arduous medium to work with. So the people who are working with claymation are the people who are dedicated enough to get at it and try it. I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong with this approach, because we've died to this phase a couple times. Oh nope, I've just kind of been dodging, waiting for the demon to start doing the blood runes. Oh damn. But whenever we do that, can we just hold the cross aloft, or do we need to get close? Because I've been working under the assumption we should get close. But we absolutely do not want to be close to them. Like, should I just stand in the corner, just hold my cross aloft? I mean, we do have to face them. Like, can I be over here? No, we do have to get close. So we can't just like shoot beams out of our cross. We do need to be close to do this, but we need to be careful. We shouldn't. I'm guessing the idea is I shouldn't be greedy with trying to clock damage in on them. Like, I should clock some damage and then back away. Or maybe try and find a spot where the demon can't exactly very comfortably get into. Like I had been running into those corners, because it seems to move in a semi-set pattern, like along the line of the pentagram. It seems like the corners seem to be decently safe. They've gotten us a few times in this corner. So, oh, nope. Go away, scary shadow man. I'm not sure what the deal is with the Shadow Man. We got something from the Shadow Man earlier. Is the Shadow Man a friend? Is the Shadow Man foe? Hard to say. I'm gonna go ahead and back off because they've gotten us in that corner a couple times. But I'm guessing since the Shadow Man came out of the demon, probably nope, it came after me. Damn. I'm guessing the Shadow Man isn't a friend. Okay, there we go. So the problem I was having was stepping on the runes makes the demon immediately come after you. And that was, something I thought stepping on the runes was fine. I thought I had noticed that, but definitely didn't want to step on the runes. That immediately makes the demon go after you. Also, still not sure what was up with the Shadow Man. They threw them at me a couple times. I just kept dodging them. But we've done it, maybe? I don't know. They got away. We seem to have upset them, though. I mean, we did make them retreat. But they left the house. Kill her? I mean, that does say kill her. And there's something down there. There's the rifle that we heard about in one of the previous things. Should we pick up the rifle? Should we exercise it? Okay, well, we're not exercising it. We just have a gun now. Has this replaced our crucifix? XL? I don't know. We're being told to kill her. I would rather not. I mean, the game did just save. So if we were to, eat it in this moment, it wouldn't be a problem. But is this really the only way it can end, is by killing her? I mean, maybe that's the only thing we can do. I mean, she's been possessed by a demon for a year. Does she have a chance after, at living? Should she go back to a normal life? What's up with, what's up with that? I don't know. I don't know how demons work. I'm not sure if that's something you can come back from. It doesn't seem like it would, but, is this the only way it could end? I don't want to hit space, because I assume if I hit space, we'll shoot. I don't know how to switch. We can come into our inventory, but it's not like we have, the means at switching our inventory. So what needs to happen here? She flew out the attic window, so I suppose we need to go outside. But, I wanted to check the... Want to check the basement, because there was the blood stuff there. What about our reflection? Do we still have the weird shadow following us? Not sure what's up with that. Maybe there'll be a twist at the end where we've been possessed the entire time and we're coming back and just harassing these people. This woods looks a bit more like the tree layout seems to be different than the one that we saw previously. Has time passed while we were in there? Because there was the point where we were knocked out. Is the trees grown? Is this a weird demon thing? Now that we're out here, I suppose the crawly boy could approach again. We do have this gun. We only have a single bullet. We're being told that we should go and shoot her. So I'm gonna turn around. We'll do a little bit more exploring, see what's up, and see what's happening. The blood on the ground, telling us to kill her. Who could that be? Is the demon trying to ploy us into killing? But do demons don't want their host to be killed? Why would they possess them in the first place? They must want something. So I assume that they wouldn't want their host to be killed. But who else would have written that note in blood? Are there other spirits about? We did see the crawly boy, who we could assume is related in some way. There's the well we saw. I suppose if we keep walking back this way, we'd hit our car. Would it give us the option to leave? But leaving won't solve anything. Then we would have just come, pissed off a demon, and left. We have to do something. We cannot just leave. We have. I suppose if we don't find anything, we'll go finish the job, even if that means killing her. Now, what's up with you, Shadow Man? What are you doing over here? Are you the same Shadow Man? Should I put a bullet? Should I have shot the Shadow Man? Should I follow the Shadow Man? I don't know what the deal is with the Shadow Man. We did hear about regular people wandering the woods as well. Maybe they're cultists of some sort. Who knows? Maybe the Shadow Man is related to the crawly boy. I suppose we'll just head back. We'll just keep on walking around, see what more we can see. Maybe I should shoot the Shadow Man. Because we received an item. I don't know what the item we got did. Chaos Reigns. It's not going to say it again, though. So not exactly sure. There was no other point in the game where I feel like we've seen something that'd be like, oh, we should do this instead. Because I'm not sure. Like, who wants us to kill the girl? Is it the demon? I mean, who would have written in blood? Might have not been us. Probably wasn't us. I mean, we'd been downstairs since then. I'm not sure what's up with our mental states. Hard to say. I mean, there's our car. We could just leave. I don't know if that's an option. Maybe one of the hidden endings. Well, I say hidden endings. I don't know. I think this game has a couple endings. Not exactly sure, but I'm imagining if there is an ending, or if there are multiple endings, one of them is probably we get in our car and we just leave. We don't worry about it. We don't use this bullet on the demon. So I'd rather not shoot her, but I don't know. Like we can't just leave her as well, and we don't seem to have any way of interacting with the world other than our gun now. So maybe we should do it. Maybe I should just go shoot the Shadow Man. I don't know what shooting the Shadow Man would do. So I guess we'll just approach her. Oh, it just pushes us away. So perhaps this is what we need to do. I'm not happy about it. I didn't want to kill her. It's not exactly the way I wanted us to go. I was hoping we could help her, but maybe that was all we could do. I mean, we have this other item, the Nausis. I don't know what the Nausis is. I've never heard of it. The body's gone. Probably not good. Probably not a good thing that the body is gone. Maybe killing her was a futile effort. Like in our mind, we're taking down the demon by putting a bullet in her head. But maybe that didn't matter at all. Oh, Chaos Reigns is also gone. Maybe just by killing her, the demon was just like, okay, well, we killed her, and they're like, oh well, I guess it's done. And we walk away, and the demon's like, idiot, I'm a demon. I can just possess a dead body. Don't know the rules of demons. Don't know if they need a living corpse. But I don't feel like we accomplished this job correctly. I don't feel like this is the way it was supposed to end. I don't know. Let's see what the priest has to say. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. We showed up, we shot a bullet, ending 1 of 5, murderer. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I mean, I didn't expect for to be arrested, so I don't know why I said that. But yeah, no, like, totally. We just walked in and iced a girl. Like, I'm not sure that actually accomplished what we wanted even. Police arrest man accused of murdering missing girl. A New York man is in custody after he confessed to the murder of a Sterling girl who had been missing. John Ward of Palmyra was pulled over. Oh, we're John. Okay, so we are John. We're not John, and we're not. We are John, not Leighton. Pulled over on Snake Meadow Hill Road last night after a state trooper reported hearing a gunshot. The officer thought it might be poachers. The officer said Ward was acting nervous and suspicious after being pulled over. When questioned, Ward reportedly said, "I've killed her." Yeah, it's a pretty shut and closed case at that point. According to the police report, the officer was called for backup after Ward became increasingly upset, saying repeatedly that there was a demon inside her. Ward was taken to Sterling Police Headquarters for further questioning. Ward then confessed to authorities that he shot and killed Amy Martin, a 17-year-old girl who had been missing for 9 days after escaping from a mental institution. Okay, so both of us survived. She was taken to a mental institution after the failed exorcism. After a brief search, police located Amy's body in the woods near the now abandoned Martin home. In addition to receiving a gunshot wound in the stomach, Amy showed injuries suggesting that she had been thrown out of the second-story window of the house. An officer who helped recover the body told reporters that Amy's face had been mutilated in a very brutal manner. Ward was found dressed as a priest when he was pulled over. It is suspicious that he was impersonating a priest to gain his victims' trust after the Catholic authorities in Rome confirmed that Ward was not an ordained minister. Interesting. So the game did mention that it wasn't approved by the Vatican. And cool, it starts us off here, so we can immediately go put a bullet between the Shadow Man's head, because I was gonna end it like after we got an ending, because we've been going for a while, but that's not the ending I wanted. Like I kept saying, like I don't want to shoot her, but I wasn't entirely sure what else to do. I mean, what if we just fired the gun off and had no gun? Maybe if we fired the gun, we would receive a cross back. Maybe we can just not pick up the cross in the first place. I think this way will lead us to the Shadow Man. I'm not sure if I probably should have just followed the the trail that we've been given. And I'm also interested about what's happening, because we're not an ordained minister. Does that mean we lost our stuff after the what happened? Were we not one of the priests who showed up in the first place? Like, we're haunted by it, but maybe we're John, like one of Amy's friends, who's haunted by the events, not one of the priests. Perhaps Father Late and Father Allred both died in the thing. But then who were the two people who survived? We know Amy survived. Who was one of the other survivors? I assumed that we were one of the surviving priests. I thought that'd be pretty obvious, but maybe that's not the case after all. Or maybe we lost our priesthood after the whole failed exorcism. Not sure if that's a thing that can happen. It did say that we weren't supported by the Vatican in what we were doing. I assume that just meant like we went like, hey, I want to go try and re-exorcise that place, and they went no, or we didn't ask for permission because we assumed the Vatican would be like no. But I suppose we'll just come over here. It's a Shadow Man. I don't know how close we can get to the Shadow Man before he runs away, but we'll fire from afar. There we go. Shadow Man down. What is the deal with Shadow Man? We do get our cross back after we fire our gun. So we've killed Shadow Man. Let's make our way over to where Amy was. I should probably stick to the path. Stick to the path just so we don't get lost. Because I believe the path just kind of make it a little bit easier. I wonder if this path is the way this is supposed to look. Like maybe the forest is normally like this. But when we first showed up, like weird demon stuff was going on. I don't know, but there were also deer wandering about. So, deer and, animals typically like are portrayed as being like sensitive, like spiritual, like psychic kind of things. So, I don't think that would have been chilling if shit was weird, but there was also a weird, monster crawling around, and the deer didn't seem too bothered. Well, they did. They would run away from it. And I believe that the creature would even chase the deer as well. But, maybe I'm just, something happened, like, maybe something happened in such a way, like it emerged in such a way that like it made it seem like that's what was going on. Okay, well, we've shot Shadow Man. Still don't know what our Nausis. I keep forgetting what it's called. The letters get jumbled up in my mind, and I keep wanting to say anusis, and it's like, no, that's just anuses. That's not what it's going to be called. Okay, so we've still shot and killed somebody. So I'm not entirely sure that this is the correct thing to do.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. I shall not be afraid.
Oh, is it the Crawley boy? Father and son. Was John one of? Was it Nate and John? Was John one of the twins? No, it's only been a year, so that's not the deal. I don't think. Esteemed Cardinal Gifford. There's not an R there. With all due respect, you cannot grasp the importance of the work I'm doing doing for young Michael without being present here. Michael needs my help more than ever. In the past few weeks, I have made great progress with Michael's affliction. Nevertheless, whatever darkness is inside of him fights back with increasing ferocity. We must not let up the fight against the enemy at such a critical time. There is another reason why I dare not return Michael to his family, nor let them see him. The darkness inside him afflicts his soul, but it also causes a terrible strain on his body, so that there may be no mistaking what I mean. I have enclosed a photograph of the young Michael during one of our sessions. Photograph is missing. So maybe this Michael is the Crawley boy? I'm not entirely sure. We shot the Shadow Man, walked away. Amy and the demon had disappeared. So I don't entirely know. This time I'm not picking up the gun. Actually, let's go back. What I'm going to do, I have an idea before we continue on. Because I was like, well, I won't pick up the gun this time. Are we led back in? We are led back in. No problem. I am going to pick up the gun. Two things we could do. Gun with one bullet. There's a few things we could do with the gun. My first thought is we could come over here, and there is the weird reflection that we see. What if we just like... I mean, we could shoot. I thought that'd be a bigger effect. It's cool that the mirror cracked, though. It didn't seem to do anything. Perhaps we still need to walk to our car. Wait, does the gun respawn? Okay, so it seems like the gun might respawn even if we waste our bullet. Oh, that's interesting. Whenever you fire the bullet, you stand completely still. Okay, so there's infinite guns with the gun only has one bullet in it, but there are infinite guns. So we essentially have a gun with infinite bullets. So perhaps you only need, perhaps you only need one to achieve an ending. Like, we shot Amy, we shot Shadow Man. But I wonder if we just keep shooting this, if we can just shatter this mirror, if that'll be a thing. So there are 5 endings. I don't know if we'll end up getting them all, because I don't know what all we could do. I assume we could go confront Amy one last time with the crucifix. Maybe there's another thing we could shoot. Maybe we can just walk straight to our car and just like not do anything. And maybe that'll be all the endings. Oh, and then we just got pulled straight in. Oh boy, is this like the true like ending? Let's go ahead and walk away from this. Okay, this thing has some pretty good tracking on us. Yeah, this thing has some pretty good tracking on us. We need to be careful. We didn't hit a save spot when that happened either, so I don't know if we'll have to break the mirror again. So this one, this fight will be a little bit harder to execute on. This feels a little bit more final than all the other things. It's the mirror. Is that still the mirror? Yeah, that is still the mirror. Okay, so that's probably an ending. So we've done 2 endings. That'd be ending 3, so we'd have 2 more to do. So before we interact with the mirror again, let's just go ahead and go confront Amy with just her crucifix. Maybe we can do something for her that way. Then we'll proceed to the car. Maybe just like leaving is an ending, I imagine. Or one of the endings also might have been being hit by that car at the very beginning of the game. Although I imagine that was probably just a death. Now, before when we walked close to her, it just kind of bounces us away. So I'm not sure there's anything we can do for her with this. So okay, nothing we can do. I'm getting out of here. Goodbye. What else could we do here? There was the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man just runs away, so I doubt we'll be able to like hold our crucifix aloft and stick it to him. So I'm not entirely sure then, because I'm assuming one of the endings will probably be get to our car and just leave without doing anything. Although, that ending we could have achieved from the very beginning of the game, essentially. Although we couldn't have, because I did interact with the car and nothing happened previously. But I feel it in my bones that this will be an ending now. If I were to get in the car, it'll. No! The Crawley Boy showed up. So can we not get to the car, or because Crawley Boy did not seem bothered by our crucifix. So perhaps we need to take a gun with 1 bullet to deal with Crawley Boy this time. No, the bullet just kind of passed through Crawley Boy, I assume, because Crawley Boy crawls along the floor. So, well, that kind of there goes my idea about what we could have done. I feel like an ending is probably tied to Crawley Boy in the car at the end. I'm not exactly sure, so perhaps we should just go for the one I know how to do, and we'll do that one. That'll leave 2 endings that I'm unsure about doing. I could look it up, but I do want to see the endings. I don't want to look them up because I just want to find them out on myself. But also I feel if I don't look them up, I'll probably never see them. So I guess I'll look up the other endings. I was like, oh well, I could leave them for something for y'all to do in your playthroughs. But like I mentioned at the beginning of this game, oh shoot, I don't think I mentioned like the normal spiel. But link in the description, itch.io page. This is a name your own price, but as long as you pay more than $1, you'll be given a deluxe version of this game. I don't know what all is different, but the deluxe version comes with like the soundtrack, some art, and stuff. It comes with art like soundtrack. I'm not sure if the game is different, if it has more content in the game itself. So you can go support this game. There is also a sequel. I believe the sequel's out. I'm not entirely sure if it's out already, but Airdorf does have some other games on top of that, so you can go play some of their other games, even if I end up doing everything in this game, because I feel like we're very close. I'm not exactly sure what we could do. I don't know. I walked towards like the washing machine, because the washing machine sticks out in the room, and I was like, yes, the washing machine. But I was like, there's no way the washing machine's gonna be part of the special. I mean, it could have been. It'd be a really well hidden one to think about, like having to interact with the washing machine. But okay. I'm gonna look up some of the other endings, and hopefully I won't get spoiled on this one. What I'm assuming is the big boy, and we'll do that, I guess. I don't know why I'm so wishy-washy. So one of the endings, we take down Chaos Reigns. We shoot Chaos Reigns. Still not exactly sure what it is, but it bleeds when we shoot it, and when we shoot it, it dies and disappears. I suppose it probably disappears the same way Amy did when we shot her, because like the game enters like a finish state, I assume. Excuse me. So this was one of the endings. I will admit I would have never thought to shoot that thing, even though it makes a whole lot of sense. You know, it's an interactable object that remains in the ending. Perhaps we've done something wrong. Chaos reigns. We've heard people roam the woods, and I guess we've upset them. The offering. Oh, it's neat that was ending 3. I guess it makes sense. I couldn't find like any like writings about this, so I just started like just skipping through a video so we wouldn't get any spoilers, just to see how to do them. And I guess it makes sense because it was the third one in the video, and the first 2 were the ones we had done. So convenient that we're doing these in numerical order, even though the third one we almost did was what I assume will be the last one. Hello, Amy. I'm sorry to hear about your parents' decision. It is hard for people to trust what they do not understand. I know you are only 17, but you are clearly an adult, and you are able to handle your own life. It's never a good thing when people say that. They say kids or adults, you know. It's never trust people who say that. Do not let your mom and dad stop you from following your dreams. If there is anything I can do to help you, just let me know. We're having a get-together at the clinic Saturday night, and I would love for you to stop by. We still consider you a part of the team, even if your mom and dad do not. We hope to see you there, Gary. Can't trust a Gary. Sorry, Garys of the world, but you just cannot trust a Gary. So this last ending. I mean, we still do have the what I'm assuming will be the big grand finale of the game. That seemed to be like, here you found the secret boss, the true ending. I mean, any of these any of these endings could be the true ending. You know, shooting Amy, like that seems the way that the movie would end if this was a movie. It doesn't seem like, in my mind, I don't think our fake priest would have figured out like, oh yes, the weird shadow in the mirror. Yes, the demon resides there. Shooting the shadow man. I mean, that probably would have been the ending for like the B horror movie version of this movie. You know, if this were a movie. I listened to a lot of Friends at the Table, so then it kind of led me to start thinking about things like, what if it were a movie? And it's like, oh yeah, that makes thinking about things a lot easier when you're like start thinking about it like in terms of like movie terms. Shooting the shadow man seems like the B horror movie ending, where it's like, oh yes, you shoot the secret shadow who'd been controlling everything all along, and then like, you know, you get like a big jump scare in the end as you drive away, like saying priestly things in your car. You know, that one seems that way. Which ending we just get? The ending with the cult seems like it would have been like a director's cut, like alternate version. Like we've heard about people wandering the woods. You know, obviously the cult that started. Well, we don't exactly know how it started. We heard about a weird baby doll which was probably cursed. You know, there's obviously a cult at work. We don't really know how the demon came about. We can assume that chaos reigning has something to do with it. Now, I'm wandering through here because I don't know how to get to what I'm looking for, but there is something in the woods I'm looking. Well, obviously, there's something in the woods I'm looking for. I don't know why I said that all dramatically, like duh. I'm perusing the woods. Obviously, there's something in the woods. I mean, I was gonna say it's not like we could go back in the house, but we literally can go back in the house. We need to go into the house to finish the game, and also to replenish our stock of guns if I were to to fire my bullet. But I do need this bullet. I just don't know. Well, I know where I need to use it. I just don't know how to get there. From the well, we go down and we go to the right. I found it, and I just wanted to link this where this was geographically for y'all who are playing along. And now I don't want to do this one. I've lived in Texas all my life, but I've never gone hunting. But I'm not a big fan of it. I don't want to needlessly kill animals. I mean, I'm not like a vegetarian or anything, but it's the kind of thing that like every time I eat food, it's like, man, I should probably just become a vegetarian because it makes me feel really bad. So I didn't want to shoot the deer, but we're getting all the endings, so we'll shoot the deer. and we'll move on. Having completed our job, completed the exorcism, that deer, secretly a demon. We knew it. We knew it. That's why we did that.
Of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror.
So the deer ending feels like it might be like the joke ending of it, even though it's very gruesome in the end. Like what happens to us. I mean, we shot one of the deer, and the deer get their revenge. Like it's a very gruesome ending, but it also feels like it feels like it might be like sort of like a joke ending in a way. Like the closest thing to a joke ending this game can get to. Like, yeah, you shot the deer. Like, what the hell would you do? Who the hell would think to shoot the deer? I mean, other than it's there and you have a gun, and the only way we have to interact with the world at that point is a gun. Unidentified body discovered near wrecked car. The site of a deadly car accident was discovered along a road near Sterling this morning, along with the body of a person who has not yet been identified. At 6 o'clock a.m. this morning, a resident called to report an accident along Snake Meadow Hill Road. The driver of a silver sedan has swerved off the road and struck a tree. I keep sputtering because my mic's in my way. I need to sit up a little bit more so I can see over my mic. A spokesman for the police commented that the body appeared to have been dragged several yards away from the car, deeper into the woods, after having been ejected from the front windshield. It was noted that the body had been mangled beyond recognition. Investigators suspect this was probably the work of coyotes. Oh, there was a mention of the dead deer earlier on. Like, I know, obviously, like, it probably was, like, weird cult stuff, but makes you think, like, what if there's just like one fucked up deer who fucked up another deer? And that's just me making a connection because they blame both on the work of coyotes, and this one we know to be the work of deers. It's probably cult stuff in the first one. Police also noted that parts of a cleaned white-tailed deer were found in the trunk of the car. From a white-tailed deer, a hunter typically gets 15 pounds of meat. However, it appears the victim of the accident was only able to carry 75. That's 75. 25 pounds of it back to the car. Okay, so for some reason, in that ending, we just decide to go hunting instead of doing our duties. But now it's time to do what we really came here to do, and I assume the true ending of the game. And we're gonna get to it. I like that the mirror ended up being something after all. Well, okay, so I liked the mirror at first when it was like, oh, this is something scary that doesn't have much explanation. I like that. But I also do like it in the end, like, in the moment, it's something scary with no explanation. But if you, commit it to memory and, you come back later, like, oh, what do I do? It's a thing that you can do. I enjoy that. Oh, excuse me. So it kind of gets the best of both worlds, where it's like, oh yeah, it's something weird and unexplainable, but then also, like, if you commit it to memory, and video games, think about it, it's a thing. We can't dodge the hand. I couldn't pull out the crucifix, so it's time to begin this fight. And I'm not exactly sure what we should be doing. Like, we need to run away, but we also need to be hitting this thing with our crucifix, and we need to dodge. We can't let it get too close to us, because as we saw, if it gets too close, it will get the better of us, so we need to put distance between us. And get it in a position where we can hit it with our crucifix. I should probably just let it approach me, because I'm hoping it's designed in such a way that we can get away from it. It does seem to reset every once in a while, so whenever it's moving quickly like this, I should probably just keep running rather than worrying about, like, whenever it's moving quickly, I should probably just let it, like, reset itself as opposed to trying to figure it out. Now let's get a little closer to it, pull out our crucifix. Is that it? Is that the entire fight? Okay, well, let's see what this note has to say. That was a very video game bloop. December 30th, 1986. Dear Dr. McGloshin, I think that's how you say that. Dear Dr. McGloshin, it has been 30 days since the beginning of my treatment here at Yale Psychiatric Institute. Dr. Spinell, who has been so patient with me, has helped me understand the affliction and has helped find a way to move forward and accept the truth. With Dr. Spinell's help, I have come to accept what really happened in September at the Martin family residence. I accept that what happened was not the result of any supernatural phenomena, but rather the desperate actions of a young girl driven to violence by her dogmatic parents and old church rituals that are thought to drive out evil. I am happy to report that since accepting the truth, my nightmares have ceased, and I now enjoy the peace of mind that I have that I have not felt since the incident. Given my progress since first coming here, respectfully, duh. I was like, respectfully? That's not a word. Respectfully request my release from Yale Psychiatric Institute, contingent upon follow-up appointments with Dr. Spinell in the future. Sincerely, John Ward. So that's us. Shadow's gone in the mirror. So we survived the thing. So I suppose we were the priest, but we survived the thing. We got put in a psychiatric thing, and so did I think I just let go of the thing. I'm just gonna pick up the gun with one bullet. Why not? I don't know where to go from here. I assume we should just go back to the car. I don't know if that was like a thing, like, oh, we do that and now we have to do other things, like maybe ending 5, you need to do like a certain criteria to activate it. Like we got the item from the Shadow Man. Maybe there were other things we need to do, because like if we look at our thing, we have the item from the Shadow Man. We killed we broke the mirror. We defeated the demon inside, but that's only 2 criteria. It feels like there'd probably be a third one. So I'm not exactly sure what we should do next. Like I didn't watch an entire video. I wanted to just read something about the endings, but I couldn't find anything. I was being very careful not to get spoiled. So let's see. Is Crawley Boy going to approach us again? Yeah, Crawley Boy approached, and we were able to shoot him. The Airdorf thing took out Crawley Boy. Goodbye, Crawley Boy. And there we go. Ending 5. Ooh, I was getting worried.
I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I will trust. I shall not be afraid of the terror in the night, nor the evil that walketh in darkness. Because I have made the Lord my refuge. Because I have set my love upon Him, therefore will He deliver me. I shall call upon Him and He will answer me. He will be with me in trouble. He will deliver me and honor me. I can't explain what happened at that house. I can only have faith that I did the right thing.
Okay, so that's Faith by Airdorf. So that definitely, when Faith endures, so this definitely feels like it's the true ending, the canon ending. But like I said, in every ending, it definitely felt like, yeah, this is like if this was a movie, it could have gone this way. Like, you know, I've already said my piece, like, oh, the gritty, like, oh, you know, you shot the person and you get pulled over, like, you know, you went too far in trying to exorcise the demon. The Shadow Man being very B-movie-esque. The cult ending where like the cult doing all the demon stuff was a bigger role in the movie, like the ending where like the cult is mad at you. Killing the deer, not entirely sure about the connections that lead you to killing the deer, but the way it's horrific definitely makes it feel like not a joke ending. Like when I was like, oh, you shoot the deer, like, yeah, joke ending, but then it's like, oh shit, no, that's a very like graphic depiction of, I mean, as graphic a depiction as you can do with you know, this art style, but still very graphic. It made me a little like, ooh, geez, you know, definitely I feel very bad about it. Like, oh yeah, probably like the joke ending, right? But this one definitely feels like it's probably the canon ending to the game. There's a lot going on here, of connecting a lot of things. We get the full spiel. So let's see what this last note has to say. police animal experts investigate chupacabra remains found near Sterling. Sterling PD is enlisting the help of local animal experts from the University of Connecticut after the remains of an unidentified animal were found near Sterling. The remains of an animal, which some residents are calling a chupacabra, were discovered on Snake Meadow Hill Road by a motorist yesterday. The animal... I need to just scroll down before I keep reading. The animal had apparently been struck by a vehicle and parts of the carcass were scattered across the road. Police say they initially investigated the gruesome scene because the motorist who discovered the remains had been told they appeared to be of a person. After arriving at the scene, police concluded that they were remains of some kind of animal. As a matter of public safety, we want to be sure about what exactly we're dealing with here, said Sterling Police spokesman. This is clearly not a deer or a coyote. If it's a mountain lion or an exotic pet that escaped from its owners, or an animal with rabies, we need to know about it. Animal experts attached to the investigation would not speculate about what kind of animal had been found, although they commented that the animal was hairless, anemic, and apparently suffered from the rickets. Rickets, gotcha. A vitamin D deficiency that appears in animals and children who have not received enough sunlight. Interesting. Well, that was the final ending of the game. We'll take us back to the menu so we can get the nice menu theme. Quit? Oh, I hit it twice. Okay, well, that's it. That's Faith. I really enjoyed this game. There's a Chapter 2, which I don't know if it's a direct sequel. I don't imagine it is. I don't know how you would do a direct sequel to this game. Maybe it's a kind of a similar like Satanic Panic set kind of thing. I haven't done any research into it, but I'm very interested in the game. I also learned that apparently there's a Chapter 3 on the way, I guess. I saw it while trying to peruse the Faith Wiki for endings and just kind of got... Well, I was going to say like got fed up, but like I just didn't want to like dive too deep and accidentally spoil myself. I mean, we were right at the end, but you know, there's 2 other games, I guess, now. So, if you enjoyed watching this, you have Faith 2. I believe that's out. And then, Faith 3 on the way, or maybe it's out. Who knows? I don't know. But I really enjoyed this game. It's on itch.io. It's on some other things. Apparently, some of the versions of the games have different notes in them. I'm not sure if that's like a version difference, like this is version 1.4, or if it literally is just like different... I was going to say retailers. I'm not sure if that's the right way to refer to that. But, different websites have different versions. But this was Faith Deluxe by Airdorf and the end of How Let's Play-O-Ween 2019. I am not sorry for the dumb name. I picked that specifically for the dumb name. Happy Halloween.